Oh! Oi! Ow! Ow! I have not skied or ice skated, but I have been biking for the whole Spring Festival holiday, and now I have neck problems, shoulder problems, and hip pain. So we're gonna go in and hopefully we're gonna find fixes to these problems.
I've been on the verge of a neck sprain for weeks, accompanied by a cracking noise when I move my neck, and exercise seemed to have worsened it. But I never knew so many things about me needed correcting.
胸椎这里也是往后凸了，你腰也小心了，腰这里和两根脊椎的位置也是不一样的。
Getting to business.
This is nerve-wracking to some extent.
TCM massage, or Tuina, is a combination of moves practiced traditionally.
Ow! This cracked.
Its bone-setting techniques, to some extent, can be compared with Western joint adjustment techniques like chiropractic therapy and the McKenzie method.
There it is.
Where the doctor presses and corrects the position of joints in the spine and other parts of the body. When it gets to the neck, it started to look like a broken doll repair shop.
放松，那
Oh!
对了对吧？好，放松，那就
Most people yell out of shock instead of pain.
An earthquake just happened.
In fact, there wasn't much pain at all.
TCM massage has existed longer than any other branch of this medicine. Our ancestors gathered experience through trial and experiment, where they found certain movements ease pain in certain muscles and joints. In the old days, these practices were passed from a master to a disciple. Now you'd have to be a medical student and know Western medicine, and then learn the techniques.
About half the patients that frequent this Tuina department are young adults, coming for a range of injuries in their neck, shoulder, and lower back.
Most common injuries after skiing and ice skating are sprains and spasms in the shoulder and lower back, and broken bones. But these sports are most damaging to the knees, as skiing involves knee rotation from a squatting position.
Those who seek remedies to sports injuries at this clinic increased about 5% this winter. Some took to exercising inspired by the Winter Olympics. In many cases, a badly treated lower back injury can bar them from further exercise for a long time.
The pain gets worse after I exercise, so I wouldn't normally dare to do that. But I did feel loosened up after Tuina today.
Remember, in acute pain, always get an x-ray first. A certified TCM doctor will decide if Tuina can be done at this point and what kind.
I feel like I'm walking with a slightly different posture now. We're not going in to get acupunctured. Let a little steam out.
But first, a pulse diagnosis, where the doctor finds out the imbalances of your body. The needles will try to address the pain as well as the imbalances, which are often the source of recurring pain. In my case,
I have heat flame, I have liver blockage, and I have coldness and dampness, so we're gonna get to the needles.
Sterilized needles are going in not just in the pain spot, but also a few nerve points that help with cold and damp. It felt prickly when the needles went in, and then...
I don't know what to say. I feel like a pincushion. If I draw a deep breath, it'll feel kind of sore-ish, but that aside, there's not a significant amount of pain. If I keep this position for much longer, I'm gonna start drooling.
Earliest acupuncture started before China's first dynasty more than 4,000 years ago. What I experienced was Sheng's method, a school of acupuncture that started at the end of Qing dynasty that specialized in neck and lower back pain and problems stemming from a spinal disorder.
Acupuncture helps with joint and ligament damage in shoulders, elbows, wrists, knees, and ankles, and acute back spasms. In the example of acute back spasms, acupuncture can be applied immediately. Most young adults can recover instantly after one treatment.
In 20 minutes, I was allowed to sit up, feeling both stiff and mushy at the same time.
The doctors noticed that the right side of my neck is, in his words, tight as a brick.
Across the spectrum of TCM, Western athletes like Michael Phelps, Tom Brady, and Shaquille O'Neal have been satisfied with acupuncture and cupping. Some find them efficient in helping muscles recover. In another half an hour, I feel normal again, and by that night, I did feel my neck was much more comfortable after a day of popping and prickling that proved worthwhile as ancient wisdom heals modern ailments. 苏思琪，上海 Live。